Well, welcome all to the first panel of the day. Well, it's background, it's the Youth Day today, so we have our 5 youth, and myself, I'm also under 35, so like to somehow count myself as a youth. But we're giving the youth perspective on the nuclear phase outs that are happening in Taiwan, Germany, Belgium, and Spain, and how that nuclear phase out squares in a world of increasing climate change risk and concern. So I'm Richard, your host. I'm from the UK, where we've got our own phase out, but that's fortunately being met by new nuclear power plants. Today, you're going to hear about phase outs in other countries. So if you could all just introduce yourselves, where you're from, and give a bit of background about the nuclear phase out in your country.
Yes, hi, I'm Andreas. I'm an environmental nuclear chemist. A bit of introduction was all right as well, right? So, as Florian said, Germany is one of the few countries which in the current situation are still holding on to the plans of phasing out the nuclear power plants. And about what we can learn from that, I think there's a lot of positive things that we can also learn from that, which is about the importance of communication and participation of the society with the projects of building and establishing and keeping nuclear power active.
Great, and we're here to talk about fighting those nuclear phase outs. I want to hear about sort of the advocacy that you're doing in your country and that others are doing to help stop these phase outs.
Well, I mean, it's always a matter of at what scales you think, I guess, because eventually I think also the German Green Party will come around because it's just people have realized it. We look at the polls and you can just see that 2/3 of the population are clearly in favor of turning the nuclear power plants back on, as proposed by parts of the Liberal Party of Germany. The Liberal Party itself, by the way, the leadership of them hasn't come around yet, but it's the base of the party which actually has taken that initiative. So what we're doing is we're a grassroots movement, basically. We're a group of 600 people that are in this club, and we organize street stuff, and we get very positive feedback on that. And we try to also address politicians, and with mixed results.
Andreas, tell me more about the report you wrote. My understanding is the report that you helped write on restarting, the possibility to restart German nuclear, even got covered in the New York Times. They retweeted it.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear facts that the nuclear power plants can still be turned on. And I mean, we were working on this report to illustrate to the government, actually research, talk with electricity utilities and talk with them at what the actual state of the nuclear power plants are and try to get this information out because frankly, there's just a lot of people who don't care about this information because for them, the topic is through. Like it's for them, they're dead. It's nothing can be done. So we're just trying to put this information out there, basically. So
I think the three standout countries I know about are Japan, South Korea, and Sweden. All those three, they had lots of nuclear. They politically decided to reduce their nuclear, and now they've changed their minds again and want nuclear again. And Sweden's decided to increase their nuclear capacity by something like 4 times. And Japan wants to restart their old reactors, and South Korea is back to building reactors. Can we go through all of you guys and hear what the sort of messages of hope you hear from those countries and how you think that applies where you live?
I had to think a moment just to think what, after what Florian said, what I can still add to that. So I think it's just, like I think I said on Tuesday, don't let a good crisis go to waste. Basically, So I think this is a huge opportunity also in Germany, basically to learn from the past and kind of reimagine the industry in a certain way. Because, communication and engagement of the public in the questions of energy production and distribution seem to have been the thing which frankly have been neglected in the past. And this was the only way how we could have basically arrived at the point where we are today in Germany. Was that just simply the communication and the engagement of the public has just been catastrophically neglected. And I think this is a big chance to learn and reimagine that.
Yeah. We're running to the end of our session. The session was on fighting nuclear phase outs in the name of climate change. I want to quickly get some closing remarks. If there's any questions in the crowd, you can ask them later once we're done with this session. So 5 words when you think your nuclear phase out will be ended and sort of how positive you are about the future.
So my words would be, it's going to be okay.
Good.